guys, whoever's in the room so far, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy you're here. Tell me your name and where you are and just write it in the chat room. So we have almost 100 people already. We have San Francisco, Tring. Keep going, guys. I'd love to hear where you're at. We have Laura, Nancy in California, and Carmichael. We have Lauren, Nicole, Key, Mimsy. I can't believe you're here, Mimsy. You're the best. I have a really big announcement today. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is a really important talk I'm about to give you. From Norway, we've got Australia, we've got Wisconsin, Elizabeth, welcome. We have Ben, Ron, Renata, Caitlin, Diane, Autumn, love these names, Beth, Naz, Alaska, Annie Bell, hi, Mary, Stella, Sweden, here we go again, Paris, bonjour, I can't say it, Sweden, Las Vegas, Miami, Florida. Okay, you guys, Orlando, say hi. India, the Netherlands. Wow, Denmark. Look at this, is so cool. We are in the future. New York City, Wendy. Myra's here. Laurel Katernick is in Canada. This could never happen 5 years ago. We didn't know about Zoom 5 months ago. Well, I did. Angela's in Germany. We've got almost 400 people in the room. Kathleen is in Canada, and so is Nova Scotia's in the room. New York, Germany. You guys, you're making me want to cry. Lonnie's here. Sarah. Annie's from Tennessee. Annie, I want to say hello from Tennessee. We've got England. Leslie's from New York. Denise is from Lake Forest Park. Denise, my best friend lives in Lake Forest Park. That's wild. Martha. Love your earrings. Ava Goodman. They were just given to me by someone stopped by. We love you so much. Naz, thank you. Okay, let me begin. There's 400 people in here. Now I want to cry. Oh my God, you guys. Hello from Half Moon. Guess what, you guys? Everyone in this room, I have to make an announcement right at the start that if you haven't signed up yet for Meet the Planets, it's at live.meettheplanets.com. If you sign up today after this webinar, we send you a free set of Saturn classes that I did a beta group to teach, and some of you were in that group and it changed your life. Let your water flow, girl, said Diane Nelson. Like Katernick, my favorite Laurel was in that first class. We're giving it away for free. So anyone in this room, if you sign up today for live.meettheplanets.com, so it's just live. And then 3 words, meet the planets, plural.com, because there's a lot of planets. If you register today, I will send you a free Saturn class, Bronwyn. And that was, see, Bronwyn was there. It was amazing. And if you signed up before the class, you can't get Elizabeth. No, but maybe. Elizabeth, if you just text me along. Are the classes recorded? Yes, they are. Okay, here we go. There's almost 500 people in here. This is so crazy. So I want to tell you that for those of you that know astrology, once in a lifetime, Uranus, sounds so funny, comes and touches one of your planets, your personal planets. So today, and for the next 6 months, Uranus is exact degree on my Mercury. And I wondered what would happen. And it's a definite change. And I want to share with you the narration of what's just changing inside of me and why I want to study with you, or why I want you to come study with me. Did I just say I'm going to study with you? Okay, so stop talking about your Uranus. I pronounce it Uranus. I know, Uranus, Robert. That's probably a better way to say it. So before we go into your story about Uranus or that crazy planet, can I just have you all stop for a minute and take a breath with me? Let's do it. Take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And just breathe out calm. Now just put your awareness on of looking at the computer. Stop all the internal dialogue. Put your awareness on. Include the room you're in. Just put your awareness in the room that you're sitting in. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out awareness. So my gift to you is the observer. I think many of you know this. This is why I teach. This is the nature of all our classes. This is why astrology is so important. This is why Tell Me a Story another wonderful tmas.co. If any of you want to come study how to write and find your observer. Everything I do is built to teach you how to turn on your observer. And taking a deep breath is always the awareness that gets included in every yogi and every meditation and every practice there is giving birth. They always scream, take a deep breath. Why? Because it gives you permission to come into the present moment. Everything else goes away. I'm talking to you right now in this classroom. I'm going to be teaching for 4 Wednesdays in June, and I've never been more excited about something. Should I say that? That's not true. I'm very excited about this. Never been more excited about it. I don't like when I use words that aren't authentic. I'm very excited about teaching you guys. It's a 4-week class. And if you buy it today during this session, you will get a free 4-week class on Saturn, which was teaching you about your life lesson. But today I'm going to be talking to you about the internal dialogue that kidnaps you when you look in the mirror. The reason why we study the planets is to find out what's the internal dialogue that kidnaps you and takes you off the beaten path to a place you don't want to be. And then you come back and study astrology, you watch one of my videos, or you go and you do your favorite thing, whether it's yoga or it's cooking or whether it's playing house or it's taking care of the kids, and your internal dialogue does get distracted. But as soon as you're alone and you're sitting still, let's do it again. Stop everything. And you look in the mirror or you start to self-reflect, there's a mean voice. I want to put that mean voice in its seat. In the room, find a chair, mean voice, go sit over there. Because I want to activate your observer so you can start watching yourself from an astrological place where you can say, now I understand me. So last night I was watching Oprah Winfrey do an interview with Elliot Page. I don't know how many of you saw it. It is totally worth every minute because it's all about astrology in disguise. Elliot was called Ellen Page. She was in the movie called Junpo. She lives in Nova Scotia, for those of you in Nova Scotia. And she, for many years of her life, knew that she wasn't in the right body. And eventually, as she returned to her Saturn return, she's now turning into a man rather than a woman. And the entire interview, you got to witness, like all of you in this room feel the same feeling, which is, I'm not really being myself. I'm not being at my best. I have a voice that says mean things. I find myself exhausted. I eat the wrong foods. I don't know why I'm not lovable. I don't know why he's so mean. I don't know why I'm so mean. All that internal dialogue, which never, ever stops, gets to be observed by the astrologer who identifies the planet that's living inside of you, that's hidden behind, that would help you come out from behind the curtain. So just as I hate to compare Elliot, she was trans. I think everyone in this room has parts of themselves they're secretly hiding behind, whether it's you're super funny, or whether you were a writer once, or whether you were a singer once, or whether you were really sexual once, but you hide it, or it went to bed, or you left it in the back room. Yes, the judge, exactly, Anjo. So if I said to you, learning the planets liberates you to becoming conscientious of who in those 10 people, there's 10 planets. And I'm going to go into depth at a personal psychological level. People keep asking, how is this different than level 1? This time when I introduce you to the planets, I'm going to introduce you to the parts of your psychology that are being rampaged, that are being taken away, that are being kidnapped by a planet that you don't even know exists because you don't have language for it. And then suddenly you go, oh, it's my diminished sun. It's my lack of self-esteem that won't let me feel confident enough to leave my job. Yes, I know, Vivian. Elliot Page is a Pisces. I fell in love with him. So my job as the astrologer in this class I'm inviting you in called live.meettheplanets.com. It's 1 hour a week, and we're going to start with a meditation like we just did. Let's do it again. Deep breath in. Ready? Hold at the top. Breathe out compassion. Compassion for every single human on the planet, in this room, who hasn't yet found the part of themselves that says, you are so lovable, said the astrologer. You're amazing. The part of your character that's so unique needs to be articulated and celebrated. Let me help you. How are you going to do that without astrology? You tell me. Vivan. Carla, we are going to try to set up auto captions. Jareen, a couple of decades ago, I caught myself saying a bad thing to myself, very harmful. I made a promise I would never say something to myself again, and that I would not say to someone else. Right on. Why do we learn astrology? Because you have an internal dialogue. I'm going to ask you right now to put it in the chat room. What do you say to yourself? You look in the mirror. And what is the voice that's looking back at you? What is it saying to you? I speak horribly to myself, said Norma Jean. I love myself. Good one, Naz. You're so ugly. I should have accomplished more by now. I'm not good enough or worthy of love, Sarah. God, I'm not capable. Look at this. Oh my God, you're getting old. I'm amazing. I'm too intense. You're so sad. You're fat. I see a what was that word, Stefan? I'm lost. I'm learning to love myself. Negative on all of my I remind myself of my failures. So you guys, listen to this. Listen to this. There's over 600 people in this room. All of you have a mean, can I say it? A fucked up internal dialogue that hitchhikes, kidnaps, steals you, and takes you away from the truth. The truth is the planets, your astrology is divine. Do you believe me? That every single one of you were sent down here with a mission that is beautiful? I am known to fall in love way too fast. Why? Because my Venus is in Gemini and I just see beauty. My kids always tease me. They were like, every woman's beautiful to you. Yes, they are. That's what your soul looks in the mirror. You know what it sees? Well, first of all, it doesn't have eyes. Why do we make love with our eyes closed? Your soul doesn't care what you look like. Your soul is so delighted you took on a lifetime. Here you are. Your soul wants nothing more than for you to meet the planets, learn about Saturn, figure out what you signed up for, and start being kind. There's war all over this earth. Let's just do a prayer for Israel. Can we stop for a minute? I'm not going to cry. There's warfare going on in this world. And what can we do about it? I'll tell you what you can do about it. Ready? Come to peace with yourself. Stop being mean. Right now. You want to stop the war outside? Start inside. Study yourself. The name of our new URL is Come Study You. That's the name of our new program. The way you can sign up for the planets, live.meettheplanets, that takes you to the same platform. I want you to study you. And I want you to get the free video about Saturn today because you've got to figure out what was your life lesson. And everyone in this room is so sick. Look at Steph. I'm so sick of the negative dialogue. I'm a Pisces and I'm so damn sick of people hurting others. Me too, Steph. I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm so sad about Israel, said Holly. Well, we can do something about it right now. You can study, you devote yourself, you take this little class, you study the 10 planets, you say to your higher self, to the cosmic part of you, I want to make a difference on this planet. I want to stop the war. And I'm going to do it. Took me, it's embarrassing to say how long it took me. I love, Holly, that you donate. All the things you can do all the things. Okay, back to the conversation at hand. There's internal dialogue that everyone suffers from. The guy that works overtime, that lives inside of your head, who doesn't get paid very much, but he doesn't seem to he loves his job to talk shit about you. He's sitting next to you right now. You can tell him to go sit over there. He's not in charge anymore. You're going to reinstate your voice, which is coming from your soul. And you'll learn this from the planets, how to turn on your observer. You can get it from my book. That's what I wrote the book about. Ding. It's called The Missing Element. And we will send it to you. You can go to Amazon and I will help you learn how to turn on your observer. You know what, Tiffany, the way I teach is from my own experience. I just feel like I want to cry. The planet is in a dire need to admit, and we can't say it out loud, but we need to. Something's going down. We are at a decline. The empire is gone down now. We don't want to talk about it. Society's broken. Thank you, COVID. You came in and you made your point. Now, can you leave? You heard us because we weren't listening. Is that the point? COVID, you can go now. Bye-bye. Are we going to learn the lesson that this is an extreme experience for us to value these things that we got taken away from us? Starting when? Come meet the planets now. For those of you that are in this room that have never heard me speak before, I am an astrology teacher and I'm a psychotherapist of over 40 years. And I put the two conversations together, psychology and astrology. Why? Because I wanted you to remember that you're worth it. You're beautiful. You made a promise. Saturn, I'm going to give you a free video. If you sign up today, go study your Saturn. And you know what mine is? It's fire. Surprise. My life lesson is, would I be willing to stand up and stand out? Like pretend I'm in the giraffe club with my new earrings. And I said, yes, I would be willing to, as long as I can sit in my bed. And they were like, you're going to work in your bed? And I was like, if you want me to stand up and stand out, I'll do it from my bed. The giraffe club. I did my therapist's chart and he thought I was a great astrologer. And it's all because of you, Deb. I want you to take your attention off where your Saturn is right now and listen to what I'm saying. Take my classes, read the book, do the homework. Don't just do spiritual flirting. There'll be no metaphysical shoppers here. I want serious students. That's all I want. Why is it $500? Because I want you to commit to learning about the planets. I will give you for free the video on Saturn and change your life, because the internal dialogue is going to change the planet. I'm changing the planet, not by all you guys, by how I respond when my heart's broken, when I'm sad. I'm so sad for this planet. So every day I choose again. Yes, Carolina, when close family and friends are not making peace, there is so many people that don't have family members that really count, that really care. But you know what happens when you study astrology and you do this work? You become the family member who really cares. And you know how to get your needs met because you learn what your life lesson is and you aim at it. And suddenly you're feeling very generous and very abundant and very huge, because you can say to everyone, when I think about the people that are being diminished on this planet, they're far more, everybody in this room, we are now past 600. Everyone in this room, you're suffering, whether you know it or not, from a disease that can be healed by, I know this sounds horrible, but it's true, by studying astrology. And if it's depression, then you figure out where in your chart it is and what the medicine is to exchange for. If it's confusion, that's water. If it's water and you're feeling depressed, there is a medicine to insert, could be fire, to change it. And taking meds is not a problem if you know that's really in your chart. Air. If you're confused all the time and you can't make decisions and relationships don't work and you're so confused why you can't decide what to do next, then you insert another element. That's the missing element. And you start to balance out that air element and it doesn't take over your life. If you're earth and you spend so much time with practicality and numbers and work and you're overworked and you're always cleaning and you don't have fun doing it, you're complaining. There's a new element to insert. I'm not telling you what they are yet. Oh, wow. Signs of Mental Illness by Mitchell Gibson. I'm excited to read that book. Someone write that down. Adriana, can you write that down? Signs of Mental Illness by an Astrologer. Did I say it? Too fast. Back to my point. Signs of Mental Illness by Mitchell Gibson. There we go. The next one is fire. If you are someone who gets in trouble all the time, you're addicted to either alcohol or spending too much, or what's that word called? Promiscuity. You've got a bad case of fire. There's an element to insert that will change the whole dynamic. So don't trust me. Just go do it yourself. Don't take anyone's word for it. You go study. First, the lowest hanging fruit is the missing element. You can buy it on Amazon. You can get it from our website. We'll mail it to you. Amazon, it's reasonable. Second lowest hanging fruit is this class coming in June called Meet the Planets, where I'm going to introduce you to which planet was your Dharma. Who is screaming at you? You don't know yet, but it's operating through you. But when you know what it is, then the permission slips come. Then there's this release of you being yourself. Then suddenly you're comfortable in your own skin. Then you're at peace. Let's do it again. Deep breath in. Hold at the top. Breathe out peace with yourself. Imagine right now, I just totally did magic over your head and you're suddenly feeling very, very peaceful. Full acceptance, nothing to change. You're beautiful. Your soul is so shiny. It's waiting to come forward. It's been hiding behind you saying, when will you come home? There it is. It's a thought away. It's a breath away, but you must practice it. And if you want me to inspire you and you want me to tell you that, like, to your point, it's so fun, Hinto, I haven't taught in so long. Why? Because I run a business and I have thousands of people each year that go through my school. So I haven't had the chance to teach because I've been acting like a businesswoman, which I'm not that good at. Adriana, don't say anything. But now I'm back to teaching, and it's crack, Diane Nelson, because I'm going to give you back in that class what the planet is that's driving you nuts. Then you can't change it immediately. I'm going to be totally transparent. You'll learn about the 10 planets. How does it go? live.meettheplanets.com. That was my mean voice, Donna. It's not that I'm not a good businesswoman. It's not a natural, I'm a natural teacher. So I had to put my natural, this is what I'm trying to say to everybody. There's natural parts of you. There's people that played piano when they were a kid and they left it behind because they weren't that good. But as soon as they play, they're transported to their Neptune. And then they say they can't play because they're not very good and they stop playing. But so I'm not being dishonorable to myself. I'm not a great businesswoman. I'm not bad, but I'm really a good teacher and I left it behind. I'm bringing it back to all of you today in this room because I want to say to you, come meet the planets. They're going to give you back the insight of the cosmos. The earth realm is so screwed up. I'm screaming. That's a great thought, Shauna. Maybe we'll give away this thing. I know, I'm so sorry, but we do these special, these webinars only once in the whole launch. And so, yeah. You know, after you finish Meet the Planets, maybe we'll just secretly give everybody the Saturn thing, but don't tell anyone because that's not good to tell people when they're starting to sign up. But anyways, I will give everything away for free. If I could, what would I do? I'd give you all free planets. Come on over here, Venus. These people need some love. You don't have a price tag, do you? Come on over here, Mars. They need some chi. Give them some Mars energy. Are you free? Come on over here, Saturn. This person seriously wants to learn their life lesson. I know you don't believe me, but they're serious. Dream Life. I'm sorry you can't afford it. The book is super cheap, Dream Life. It's about, I think it's like $10 on Amazon. I know, money, 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 money makes the world go around. No world go around, turn around, world go around, sit down. Money makes the world go around. I wish it go away. It doesn't go away. Kimberly, it's different than Meet the Planets. It's different than what you learned in astrology beginner level 1, because I'm going to apply it to your psychology. So in that class, we were teaching it to you as an astrologer. This class that I'm teaching this week, next month, is a beginner and advanced psychological exploration of the planets as they apply to the archetypes inside of you. So where you learn them just as symbols, I'm going to talk to you like I am today about how, like, for example, I asked everyone here, who is the mean voice? Well, that's a combination of the sun and Mercury. You're going to learn this in the very first class. I'm giving you a little shortcut here. The combination of your ego, which is living in both parts, your life force, your little personality, the little Gemini that talks with their hands. And then my moon's in Aries and I'm like, hurrah! It's my emotional body, and my Mercury says calm down. But so there's 3 different people. That's what you're going to learn to Meet the Planets. You have 3 different characters. And I want to talk about them psychologically, how to get you to your observer. Every time we take a deep breath, we're going to do it in a moment. Every time I ask you to take a deep breath, when you do this during your day, when you stop time and you consciously breathe, welcome to the dolphins. They have to consciously breathe or they would die because they're mammals living in the water and they're the highest level intelligence and they make love all day. See, I'm a dolphin in disguise. I digress. When you identify what the voice is inside of your head that's distracting you and you put it in its seat because you know the 10 characters. Remember that Disney film called Living Inside Out? What was it called again? What's the name of that Disney film?
It's inside out. Yeah.
Inside out. So they took out, like, there was a mean voice, and then there was the scared voice, and then there was you have 10 voices in your head that are all described by astrology. I'm going to introduce you to them in the month of June on Wednesday for 1 hour, just like today. And I'm going to make it applicable to you personally, because I hate talking theory. And when you catch your internal dialogue and you realize, oh my God, that's my stupid inside out voice that's inside my head saying mean things, and you start to sit in the driver's seat by doing a deep breath. Let's do it. Deepest breath you've taken today. Hold it at the top. Let's go. Hold it. Breathe out compassion. I love that people are writing while we're meditating. May we all have the ability to stop time. May we all know what it's like to turn off the internal dialogue, which is in fact the purpose of meditation. May we all find the ease in our skin to be our real selves. May we all have the mind interested to study astrology, to find the money to spend on it because you want nothing more than to really study it. Don't let me entertain you. May you learn the seriousness of this study. There's nothing in this life I'd rather do than prepare us for the transition that we're going through. I've been sent down here to assist us in the transition from the old age to the Piscean, which was bye-bye, to the Aquarian. We are at the very front door. You came here with an agreement. No one pushed you on the bus. You volunteered to come here. Repeat that. I volunteered to come here. Let's hear you say it. I got here by choice. I volunteered to come here. Let's hear it. I volunteered to come here. You don't have to take the class. That's it. Thank you, Steph. I volunteered to come here. We all did, Ariel. I came for this moment in time to facilitate the healing. Repeat that. I came here at this moment in time to facilitate the healing for my family. I chose this time to facilitate the healing. I promise you, this is what's going to change the planet. Astrology will give you back to your choice. What of those 10 planets is driving you nuts? What is your life lesson that's driving you nuts? It's not going away. How do I help you stop time? Let's do it again. You guys are so funny. You're just writing away. I'm asking you to stop time and take another breath. Meditation is so simple. It's a breath away. Everything changes in the room. Your spirit is in the room watching you. Your higher self told you to turn on this podcast today, whatever we're doing, 630 people. All of you are sent by your higher self. I work for the same team. They're asking you to bring peace to earth because there's a lot of war going on. The way you bring peace is getting to know who you are based on the 4 elements. You don't argue with who you are. You don't resist your natural nature. You celebrate the fact that you like to clean. You celebrate the fact that you like to talk. You celebrate the fact that you don't like to talk. You accept who you are with delight. That's the moment the world changes, because there's no more war going on here. This is a volunteer position. You chose to be here. Some people love being on planet Earth. For some of us, it's not so easy for me. I find this place very painful. It breaks my heart. If I spent more than 2 minutes thinking about, I don't even want to say the words, whether it's refugees or it's Black Lives Matter or whether it's people in Israel and the Arabs, I can't stop crying. Yes, there's many of you that agree. I cry every day, said Steph. Me too. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Penny, that was not a mistake. You're supposed to be here. I promise you, there was no mistake in your incarnation. I have to stay and see Earth be mistreated said Lorena. But we have a mission, Alicia. Yes. Diane Nelson, Earth is difficult, but I want to get it right so I don't have to do it again. Diane, you're the best. You this is, that's so funny. Diane doesn't want to have to do it again. How many of you don't want to have to come back here? I'd be interested to hear. Me too, said Gilda. Oh my God. Oh my God. So many of you. Order complete. Ariel, me 3. JRP, Stasia, Alicia, Lorena, me, Elizabeth. Come on, you guys. Okay, let's change it now. How many of you are happy to remember what you came here to do? How many of you want to remember what you came here to do? So happy. Me. Oh my God. Okay, meet the planets. They're your father and your mother, for God's sake. You left your parents behind. Diane, that's the truth. I'll keep it. So, oh my God, look at this room. This is the cutest thing. Do you know how many souls? I can't keep up with you guys. The answer to this question is we're talking about incarnating into a body, meeting your friends, better known as the planets, who are going to help you remember what you signed up for, changing your internal dialogue so you're not being mean to yourself anymore, and changing your internal dialogue to I want to be here. An eclipse is coming up May 26th. We are 7 days away. On that eclipse, I want everyone in this room to say, I'm changing this eclipse to my choice to being here. I want you to use that eclipse to choose to be here. I did it and it worked. You want to hear what happened? I didn't like being here. And I constantly heard myself saying, I want to go home. And one day I just got sick of it. I was like, you cannot keep saying this. You can't keep saying, I want to go home. And I made a conscious decision on an eclipse during July 3 years ago. I'll never forget it. What is an eclipse for? It's a moment in time, May 26, 2021, where you change something for good. And I say, I honestly, I don't want to go home. I want to stay here till the end of the movie. And I want you guys to be with me. Yes, it's in Sagittarius, Vivan. And this one is completion and letting go of the past, Victoria. It feels huge, Holly. I agree. Aho, Jillian's here. Look, Jillian. Jillian gave me these. She's such a beautiful being. Home is where your heart is. Wait, we're supposed to say to the moon? Yeah. Do a prayer. Yes. Do a prayer during the full moon is an eclipse. Announcement. To everyone in here, the full moon is an eclipse. There's always an eclipse on a full moon, but not always on a full moon. No, an eclipse is always on a full moon, but not during every full moon. May 26th is an eclipse between Gemini and Sag. I want all of you to make this proclamation. I'm choosing to be here. I'm going to study the planets. I'm going to study astrology. If you don't have the money, you can still study. There's a million books in the library, but be serious about it. People flirt all day with astrology. They just give them little pecks on the cheek. No, come make out with astrology. Figure out how you can make love to the science that puts you here with a promise that's detailed, articulated, and communicated, and I can help you. I'm choosing to be here. Thank you, Stephanie. That was Anjo. Let's make out party in astrology. North Node Gemini, Janita. All right, I think I've done it, you guys. Why does the moon and eclipse have to do with this declaration? Good question, Robert. When there's a full moon, it's always a time to celebrate. 101 astrology. When the moon is out bright and bold, we're outside in the olden days when we didn't have lights, which was 10 minutes ago. We didn't have electricity. And we would spend all of our time in primal entrances and communities, singing and dancing and hitting the drum and drinking and smoking and eating our fun. We had fun and we had fun. And then came electricity and it was all done. Then came electricity and everybody went inside the stupid house. So we forget that during a full moon, we celebrate, Robert. And when it's an eclipse, which the elders and the old ones would stare at an eclipse and go, oh my God, there's an eclipse. You could see the sun go in front of the moon or the moon go in front of the sun. Okay, Polly, Roly, a holistic health. We're going to see you, I hope, and meet the planets. So if you're loving this for $500 and a free webinar on the Saturn, you go to live.meettheplanets.com and you sign up for the course, and guess what's going to happen? You'll have me 1 hour every single Wednesday in June. And during the eclipse, I want you to say it to this big giant moon in Gemini, sun in Gemini, moon in Sag. Debra Silverman is going to be my teacher for a month, and I'm going to learn how to fall in love with myself. And I'm going to put Debra aside and put me at the center and come to peace with myself and end all the violence and the crime and the holding down of people, because you're freeing yourself. It's so hard to read. Can you take the course if you can't participate live? Yes, Dawn, we're going to send out recordings. It is recorded, Alex. Yes. And if you record now, we're going to send you that free Saturn cycle. And those people that signed up earlier, we will make sure that happens for you. I'm glad you're here. Okay, 625 people. Ready for me? Let's take a deep breath. Hold it at the top. Slowly breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out cosmic wisdom, because that's what I'm going to give you every Wednesday during June for 1 hour if you sign up for Meet the Planets. Cosmic wisdom. The earth wisdom is so fucked up, but the cosmic wisdom is impeccable. It's perfect. It's airtight. And I'm not saying that because I'm in love with astrology. I'm saying it because it's the truth. Cosmic wisdom waiting in the wings. You just breathe it all over your house. Come sign up.
Debra, do you want to announce the winners of the giveaway?
Oh my God, you guys, there's some winners. This is so exciting. Yes. So guess what? So some people took our ads for Meet the Planets and they put them on their social media and they shared it. And then we picked their names out of a hat, and then they get to have a free class. Is that right? What are they going to get?
They're going to get the reading with you. So you can go over the plan.
Oh yeah, those 3 people are getting a reading with me in a group setting where you guys can watch, but I'm going to do Meet the Planets with them. Okay, let's hear who it is. You're going to announce it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, Taryn, you go ahead. You say it.
Yeah, Taryn Beddick at Divine Mama is your Instagram handle. We have Bill at Bill Glee 16 and Sasha at Loves to Giggle. So you're all going to hear from us within 24 hours through Instagram. We're going to send you a direct message. So
is anybody here? Anybody here? Is anybody here that won?
Yeah, are you all here? I hope so.
How will they find out? They're not even here. They should have had to come to this thing that was so silly.
Yeah, we told them they did, but we're going to be reaching out to them through Instagram, through direct message to them. So
I'm here. Paige Logan said I'm here. Paige Logan, she is here. She won a free reading with Debra. Say their 3 names again, because people are asking.
I don't know. Let's see. Let me put it in here again. So we've got Taryn Beddick at Divine Mama, Bill at Bill Glee, and Sasha at Loves to Giggle. We'll be contacting you directly through Instagram. So we'll let you know how to get your free reading with Debra. Congratulations.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Adriana. That was really good. Was there anything else we were supposed to do?
Nope, that's it. Just everybody go ahead and sign up, and we'll get you the free.
Yes, Holly. Yes, Holly. I have Moon and Aries. Good guess. I posted on Facebook and not Instagram. Oops, said Paige. Oh, Paige, then how did you think that's so cute? You didn't win. Talk about the amazing gift to win. Yeah, Sharon, they get a free reading. I can't wait to do it. What's the difference from level 1, said Denise. It's the difference is I'm going to be talking psychologically. In level 1, you were learning the archetypes from a very pure astrology point of view, not unlike what we talked about today. I'm going to be talking about the internal dialogue and how the psychology of the planets are affecting you. So it's not just describing the planets to learn astrology. It's listening to this Meet the Planets class with the intention of wanting to understand yourself in a place of psychology and your internal dialogue. So it's going to really focus on, like I have a bad case of Uranus, for example. So my internal dialogue, I've always suffered because I have such a bad, Kathy, we don't do it in level 2. We don't talk about the psychological. Like I have a really bad case of Uranus. So for example, I can't park in the right parking spot. If it says don't park, I park anyway. And I can't, if someone tells me, I have a bad rebel. So I used to judge myself about that. And then I realized Uranus is my primary planet. And now I feel much better. And it's just that simple. You're going to learn the planets to stop the mean internal dialogue. All right. To register Meet the Planets up close and personal, you go to live.meettheplanets.com, June 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd at 9 o'clock Pacific and noon Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Noelle, I'm a rebellious dolphin. It's not the dispositor, Steph. What you're going to find out how it doesn't record. See, this is a great thing. You don't have to figure out the planetary aspects. You can figure out the psychology. Like I worked backwards. What's the part of, you're going to get this question when you take this class? What's the part of your personality that just drives you crazy? And how does it show up? And then you're going to write about it. You can get certified Steph without taking this class, but it would certainly help. Anyone that's doing astrology, you want this class. And we will be sending out a recording of this. Alyssa, I don't teach the signs. It's a great question. But you know, that would be a really fun thing to do, Adriana. What if I taught the 12 signs in like 4 classes? No, like a whole set of water, air, earth, and fire, like over a period of 3 months, and went into each sign. That was a great idea. And then have people they can buy just their sign for me to describe it for like an hour, what the motivation is for people. Because I think what happens with the sun sign, and Annie, we are going to have classes on the houses. I think the problem with astrology is I'm a psychotherapist, and I've spent my entire life watching the psychological dynamics that come with astrology. It's not just astrology. I'm fascinated by why people do what they do. So instead of making people like, for example, yesterday, this woman was talking about being human, and on and on she went. She doesn't relate. And I said, well, that's Cancer. Being human, the most human sign of the zodiac is Cancer. And then she had to learn. And I said, go read about it. Now, I wish if there was 10 Debras, I would write a book on the astrological signs from a psychological point of view, and more from the inside out. And that's what this class, Meet the Planets, will be. It will be an inside out version. So if you're wondering how it's different than level 1 or level 2, we're going to do the planets. Like no one ever told you that a depleted ego is from the sun sign. A poorly aspected sun creates a low self-esteem. No one ever told you that depression is directly related to the moon. Yes, and Myers-Briggs is part of the game too, but this is much more, I love astrology better than Myers-Briggs because it's trusted. It's 4,000 years old. Yeah, Kimberly, and if you're depressed, it's so simple. If you're depressed, it's because it's your personality type, and there's nothing wrong. I lived with depression for so many years, and there's ways to medicate that, take care of it. It's not, it's just like saying someone has diabetes. Why do they feel bad? It's that simple. And depression is so contagious right now. Why? But or good stuff, or a bad aspect to the moon. Because it's so hard to be alive. It's everything we're talking about. Because the world's all ducked up. Robert, who's Robert? My son has both sun and moon and Gemini in the 4th house. Yeah, that's a hard chart. That's a lot of emotions. Even though he's double Gemini, it's a new moon. When they're together, it makes an introvert, and it's in the house of the emotions. Is he very emotional? Yes. So it's okay. See, this is what you do. Yes, you can pay with PayPal. Do we have a payment plan for this? That's a really good question, Adriana. Do you know?
We have a 2-month payment plan, so you can split it up into 2 payments of $250 right now.
Okay, there's 2 payments. That's so good to know. Always, we want to make this easy for you. And I know, listen, if you can't pay for the class, there's a lot of videos. You guys, you could learn astrology from me for free online. And there's lots of other astrologers teaching it. But in order to get yes, anxiety is totally related to the emotional body, Rukmana, 100%. You'll figure it out, Tracy. The houses gets put, you don't need to worry about the houses. What I do for those of you that I don't think it's obvious, there's a 2-part payment plan, 2-part payment option enough, 2-part planet payment option. Robert, so you guys, yeah, thank you, Beth. You guys, if you need a 2-part payment plan, say it fast, a 2-part payment plan, we do have it.
It's on the registration page. When you go, there's an option that you can pay full payment, or you can split it up into 2. So it's on the same page as if you were going to pay the full payment for the class.
Anxiety is definitely related to the moon, Natalie. It's one of the Moon and Mercury are two planets that can really create, it's more like Moon and Uranus. Mercury is more, and the Moon is a depression. But you know what? Peter picked a bunch of pickles. Peter picked a pack of pickles. Peter picked a pack of pickles. Can you touch on procrastination? Of course, Lana. That is 100% one of the conversations. And I am going to teach like we're doing. The reason why you want to be in the live class, because we're going to sell the recording. But the reason why because you can ask the questions live time. And yes, the July class just is definitely different than the June class.
The July classes will be about the elements.
And I never teach longer than 45 to 50 minutes. As a psychologist, I can't wait to combine astrology with my degree. Fantastic opportunity. Thank you for setting an example and giving me permission to be myself. You are so welcome. Yes. You must get that book written through a ghostwriter. It would be amazing, Natalie. I know. Yeah, Adriana, tell her how busy we are.
Very, very busy these days. Very busy.
Can you imagine me writing a book right now?
No, you have no time.
I have no time. And then Stella, what about my biography? That's my real dream, Stella, to tell my story. And there's no homework, Anna B. There's a little bit, just a teeny bit, but you don't have to do it. And then, yes, Belinda, this is for newbies. Did I not say that? Oh my God. This is for newbies. You can be advanced or you can never have studied astrology before. You can know nothing. That's what I want to say to you. It's so important. You're going to learn this as a beginner's mind. And you're welcome, Darian Anderson, about the 2-part payment plan. Excited for the classes in the houses, Tracy. Yes, that's coming, but more at the end of the summer. This is a class I've been looking for. It's a beginner entrance level class. I never talk about Chiron, Kelly. It's a beginning entrance class with just the 10 planets, just the entrance level. Yeah, and I make it super simple, Crystal. That's my specialty. I make things simple. The link, said Teresa, I think you just go to live.meettheplanets.com. There it is. Thank you, Adriana. I'm working at that time. But you know what, Daisy? You can buy it now and we'll send you the 4 recordings. It's going to be a happy topic. Oh, Jackie, that's so sweet. It's very happy. I mean, the planets are delighted that we're studying them. You're doing a mitzvah. You're doing a blessing. You're offering love by studying, and take it seriously. I took level 1 and do every class you offer. I still feel like a newbie. Kay, did you do Tell Me a Story? Because there's a few spots left in Tell Me a Story. tmos.co. And there's a crazy video on that website that I produced. You guys just go watch it. tmos.co. There's a funny video on the top of it that you probably haven't seen, that I produced a story about why the planet is so funny. Okay. You're just such a gift, Deborah. Can't wait to do the June classes. I just finished level 1 and 2 and 3. Victoria, and I'm so excited. Thank you, Victoria. I just began my schooling as a therapist and just love looking at psychology of astrology. That's right, Kelly. It's the perfect marriage. Carl Jung was an astrologer. He came out. He said psychology is a dinosaur science without astrology. Beth, I loved having you and Tell Me a Story. And there's no astrology needed. Thank you, Beth. And there's a few spots left. tmos.co. You know, if you're rich, you could do both. Carl Jung is the man. Which planet is your favorite to read? Ciara. You know, that's a funny question. Yes, Barbara, we are going to have this on replay. Mercury, said Stella. My favorite planet to read. That's hard. I want to say the sun. How about that? That's it. The sun. That's it. So easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. So easy. I'm in love with the sun. I'm devoted to the sun. I'm solar powered. I devote my whole life. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love with the sun. tmos.co is not a private page. Does it work? Did it work? Is that what happened? It didn't work. Kathy, it's not a private page. I don't know what that means. Is the sun just ego? No, the sun, Pisca, the sun is life force. Yes, it works, said Fatima. Well, what's your sun sign, Deborah? Who knows my sun sign? I think they all know. And here comes the answer. Right answer. Woo! There'll be no secrets around here. My moon is in Aries, Tiffany. That's so cute. Thank you all so much. Okay. I'm feeling really good about this. I wonder if you could show a link to TMAS. No, it's like TMAS, like Christmas with a T. TMAS.com. My browser says that it's TMAS. There you go. Okay, I think we're done, guys. I'm going to hang up now. Thank you so much for being here. If you signed up today, you got a free video on Saturn, which is my second favorite planet. What did that say? Hippocrates said notable astrologers eons before Jung. That's where do not operate on part of the body when moon is in that sign. Good one, of course. You're amazing. You're amazing, Crystal Johnson. Ciao. Thanks for being you, Deborah. Keep your energy. Thank you. Love. Marin Dickinson, Alicia Ramos. Look at these beautifully. Beth. Thank you, Beth, for being here. And Anjo and Steph. Debbie Deep. Rock on. You're awesome, said Natalie. I'm saying this all to you guys. Got it. Thanks, you guys. Hope to see you in that class. And I hope that you all got to get that free Saturn video. Okay, pushing a button now.